Now, don't just tell them training has started. Don't just tell them that. Also, help them by dropping the link on the group. It is very important so that they are not running helter skelter to find, okay, how do I join? Where's the chat? Because maybe the last time you dropped that trailing link, I mean, you dropped the link on the group. You've had many chats after that, and it's covered it. So you can just copy the training, um, the, the training link now, the Zoom link, and just drop it on the group for them so that they can join. Like I told you, how I would know that we're doing this very right is by the increase in the number of the participants on the Zoom link. Yes, I just did that, for my people in my state. All right. So, how many people have done that right now? Let's see. Anyone else? We are now 15 in the room. We can be better. Thank you, Omalola Aribede. At Technical Wura, please can you drop the link in the chat box? Perhaps some people are finding it difficult to get the link to send to their people. Please drop the link in the chat box. Drop the Zoom link in the chat box so that they can forward it to their people. After this, in the next 3 minutes or so, we're going to be introducing the organizations that brought this training to us. I'm going to be introducing them to us, Next Gen Leadership Foundation, and of course the AfriTIC. So please, let's get ready at our Wura, please get ready for me when I say go. Just play me the introductory video of Next Gen and that of AfriTech. A lot has been packed for this training today, guys, and I just want you to get yourself prepared. We have 16 people in the room now. I want us to increase this number. Please, let's talk to our people. At least let's get to 20 before we start. In the next 1 minute, can we get this number to 20? Can we get this number to 20, please? Can we get this number to 20? Can we get this number to 20? Please, quickly. I need us to quickly do that so that we can move on. Yeah. We believe. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for joining. Adaizi, thank you. I love what is happening now. I can see the number is increasing. We are now 18. Two more before 10, before 9, 10. Two more. I need 2 more numbers. I need 2 more people to join. 2 more people. We can do it. On this platform, we are doers. So can you put a call through to someone? I need us to get to 20 at least before we start. I have just 2 minutes more before we start. So who is reaching out to someone? Who is reaching? 19 now, 19. Just one more, and we're just going to, you see, I'm feeling excited already because the guys, you see, the people
We can't hear you.
Mr. Akpe, I think you should unmute. I think we lost you for a moment.
Hello?
Yeah, you're back.
I'm back,
We
right?
can hear you now.
Thank
Yes.
you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so let's get to this. We're 25 in the room now. Thank you, everyone. Quickly, also, can we drop where we're joining from this morning? Let me assume we are joining from 25 countries in Africa. Quickly, can we drop where we're joining from? Just drop in the chat. Wuraola, Lagos State. Thank you, Wura, for doing that. Everyone else, where are we joining from? Someone said Nigeria. Yes, I know, but which state in Nigeria? Let me know the state you are joining from, Mr. Sunday Michael. Which state are you joining from in Nigeria? Sokoto State or your state? Lagos State. Yes, I can see you. Lagos State. Yes, I can see you. All right. Anyone from Oshun United UFG? I like that. Abia State. Yes, I see you. Anyone from Oshun? Anyone from Abuja? Anyone from Akwa Ibom? Lagos? I've seen Abia. Yes, Edo State, Sokoto State. Yeah. Who is repping Oshun? Who is repping Akwa Ibom? Who is repping Kaduna? Who is repping Kano? Yeah, let's see. Let's see. All right. So while we continue to do that, again, let me formally welcome us to this platform this morning. My name is Okpe Uyini again, and I am the state coordinator for iLead in Oyo State. Oyo State, the pace setter state. We set the pace. You know, it is in Oyo State that we have the University of Ibadan, the premier university, first and the best. So they say, well, you can argue that, you're permitted to argue if you want to, but I'm telling you for free. That is it. All right. So, and you know, we are spread across this morning. Yes, I know we are. I hope, sorry, I'm having a feedback. Trying to see why I'm having a feedback. Just a second. Okay, host, I think you are the one that stopped my video. They said I cannot put on video again. I don't know if it is intentional, but if it is not intentional, maybe you release my video so that people can see the face of the moderator. All right, when you do that, I'm gonna say it from my hand. Okay, so like I was saying, this is this is Next Gen Foundation partnering with AfriTeach and Next Gen Foundation. I mean, the full name is Next Gen Leadership Foundation. It is the body, the organization that is housing I Lead leadership training in Nigeria. And of course, in case most of you do not know, the national coordinator, who is also the country director for Next Gen Foundation and I Lead in Nigeria, is Mr. Benga Samuel, a very wonderful, exemplary, and exceptional leader who has been directing I Lead, you know, from the scratch to over 100,000, you know, empowering over 100,000 young leaders across our secondary schools, even the pre-secondary schools in Nigeria, and of course across about 10 states now. And we are always going more, doing more, you know, growing more every day. All right. So I welcome you to Next Gen Leadership Foundation AfriTeach training session. And today's training is themed classroom management. We'll all understand that the essence of teaching is to pass knowledge to our students, and how if we're not able to manage the class, because there's something called class dynamics, you know, different types of students from different backgrounds, different experiences, from the poor, from the rich, from the urban, from the rural. You have a mix of them in the class. You have the smart ones, you have the ones that are not so smart, and all of them have to, you know, learn what we are teaching them as sponsors. So how do we manage our class? such a way that everyone benefits at the end of the day and some are not losing out. So this is very, very essential to our jobs as teachers this morning. And of course, why is this very important for us as Next Gen Leadership Foundation is because we are investors. We always invest in our sponsors. You know, you as sponsors, you are teachers, you are the hallmark, you are the load bearer. You are very, very important in the mix of our high lead program. Without you, there's no success to our lead program. You are the one coordinating it, you are the one managing it in your school. So this is a way of investing into you. This is a way of giving back to you. And we really this morning want to appreciate the AfriTeach organization for partnering with us and delivering this morning. All right, we're going to be knowing a little bit more about them. And of course, we're going to be enjoying ourselves better. So welcome again to this session, and we'll just get to it. Now, this session this morning, we're going to talk about AfriTeach overview. We're going to introduce the speaker to us. Of course, the speaker is going to take on the training session for about 50 minutes, and there will be opportunity for question and answer after the speaker has presented to us. Also, we're going to play some videos to us, which we are also going to react to. And of course, at the end of the training, we have one superb announcement that we want to make to you. So please make sure you wait till the end. We have a series of announcements for your own benefit at the end of this training. So make sure you stay through to the end of the training. Do not go anywhere because there's a lot on the table for us this morning. All right, let me welcome quickly the AfriTeach. Let's hear from them. We want to hear what they are about, who they are, and I'm going to be introducing to us Miss Rita Ekwenyong, the Executive Director of AfriTeach right now, who is going to be introducing AfriTeach to us, giving us an overview of who they are. Ms. Ekwenyong, are you in the room?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. And a big well done to Next Gen. Can you hear me, please?
Very well.
Hello, can you hear me? Very well. Thank you very much.
Hear you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. On behalf of AfriTeach, I say thank you very much for having us. Thank you so much, and big well done to Next Gen for what you're doing with teachers across the continent. At AfriTeach, we're always so excited when we see organizations that are passionate about developing teacher capacity. So for us at AfriTeach, I want to start by saying that AfriTeach is actually a Pan-African educational organization committed to transforming teaching and learning in Africa. Now, how do we do this? By strengthening teacher capacity, leadership, and accountability for improved learner outcomes. For us at AfriTeach, our vision really is to build an Africa where every teacher is a leader. We want to see teachers lead with purpose, and where every classroom is a hub of innovation, a vibrant hub of innovation. We want to see new things being done in the classrooms. And of course, where every learner achieves their highest potential. So we're very passionate, like I said, about teacher development because we know the impact it's going to have on learners at the end of the day, and particularly learners across the continent. And so I'm just going to say a few more things about what we do. At AfriTeach, every month, we have free trainings for teachers. This happens every month. We've actually got our professional learning community. Now, when you join a professional learning community, which is free, you're privileged to the resources, the numerous resources we have to share. You get to also access our trainings. You know when trainings are coming on. You know when to join and how to join. You know what it is that we're coming up with. So talking about trainings, I'm just going to add something else. In the month of May, and on the 2nd to be precise, the 2nd of May. I know the 1st of May for those who are in Nigeria and some other countries is the Workers' Day. On the 2nd of May, which is a Saturday, we're going to be having a conference. Now, the conference is actually paid for. The conference at the Muson Center in Lagos is a physical event for those who are based in Nigeria. But for those outside the country, we've got links that will be shared. And like I said, if you join our professional learning community, you'll be a part of that. We've got links that will be shared for you to join. It's actually a training that is paid for. But you get to experience so many things. We have as our keynote speaker, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, a former Minister of Education. She's also worked with the World Bank. She's very passionate about education. She was the one who spearheaded Bring Back Our Girls in Nigeria. We also have Ambassador Nimi Akinkugbe, who will be speaking to teachers as well on that day. We've got so many dignitaries. We'll have a panel session, which is going to be comprised of different countries in Africa. We've got Nigeria, we've got Rwanda, we've got Kenya, and Africa, and of course, and Zimbabwe. So the person from South Africa is also from Zimbabwe. It promises to be a very interesting session, power-packed. There's going to be so much for you to learn on that day. And trust me, especially because we know that some of you are online, we're going to make sure that you also enjoy part of the fun. How? We're going to have lots of giveaways on that day. We're going to have a major raffle draw as well for teachers. And I can assure you the mouth-watering prizes to be won on that day. And the cost of the training, which starts at 9 o'clock and ends at 3 p.m., is actually $10 for those outside the country, and then 10,000 naira for those in Nigeria. I must say this, you cannot afford to miss that session. We look forward to having you around with us on May the 2nd, Saturday, the 2nd of May, 2026. Like I said, AfriTeach, we're all about empowering teachers, ensuring that our classrooms are hubs of innovation and that our learners attain their fullest potential, which is why we're very particular about building teacher capacity, which is part of what we're going to be offering you today. And so from all of us at AfriTeach, I say thank you, and thank you. God bless you all. Thank you, Mr. Gbenga Samuel, and thank you for every other member of the team, Next Generation. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Madam Rita. So good to hear the wonderful work AfriTeach is doing in Africa. This is the best, so one of the ways we can contribute to the development of our own dear continent. Long, we're long overdue, for seeking help from outside. So we have capable hands, we have capable leaders, we have the solutions within ourselves. So guys, I enjoy you, please, to take advantage of what AfriTeach is offering us come May, and let us build this Africa together. Let's develop the young leaders together. Thank you, Ms. Rita Ekweong, for that wonderful overview of AfriTeach. Now, I'm going to be introducing the next speaker to us, and that is going to be the main trainer of today, who is also a member of the team of AfriTeach, and I would like us to please pay attention while I read his bio. The name of our trainer today, of course, is Mr. John Ofesua. You must have seen that. Yes, I can see in the chat box, how can one register for the 5th May conference? Just click on the registration link. All right, so they've dropped a registration link in the chat box for us. As many as want to register for that conference, please just click on the registration box and register. It's as simple as that. All right. Mr. John Ofesua, I can see you. Thank you, speakers. Where our facilitators when they join meetings very early. Thank you so much. I love that exemplary leadership. All right, let me just quickly introduce to us Mr. John Ofesua. Mr. John Ofesua is a seasoned teacher and passionate educational facilitator with over 24 years of experience in shaping young minds. His guiding philosophy is this: every child deserves a champion. Be that champion. Every child deserves a approach to teaching, inspiring him to invest in. As John, Mr. Ofeswa is a trained exercise physiologist, having earned his degree from Lagos State University with a strong academic foundation. He has mastered both the British and Nigerian curricula effectively, ensuring that his students receive a holistic and well-rounded education. Currently, he serves as the Director of Studies, DOS, at Middle Hall College, Lagos, where he continues to inspire both students and educators alike. In his leadership role, he is a catalyst for educational innovation and excellence. Mr. Ofesua is known for his creativity, team spirit, and unwavering belief in growth. He is an ideas and concepts consultant, frequently working with schools and organizations to improve educational practices. His expertise extends beyond academics, as he is a motivational speaker who enjoys working with educators, teenagers, and young adults, helping them navigate life's challenges and opportunities. As a facilitator, he delivers life-changing talks on topics such as seven habits of highly effective teams, teamwork and synergy, and building and keeping a relationship. These programs are designed to equip young people with the skills and mindset necessary for success in both personal and professional lives. In addition to his work in education, he's the founder of Wise Ones, an edutainment and wellness outfit that focuses on teens, workplace relationships, and health and safety. Through this platform, it seeks to enhance the well-being and productivity of individuals and organizations. Beyond his professional accomplishment, Mr. Ofesua is a devoted family man. He is happily married and proud parent of 5 wonderful children. His dedication to education, personal growth, and wellness continues to leave a lasting impact on the lives of those he serves. Guys, this morning, can I see you put up your best emoji as I welcome to the platform Mr. John Ofesua, our trainer this morning. Please, let's give him a warm welcome with your best emoji, please. I need you to do that.
Good morning.
I need you to do that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Mr.
morning.
John.
Oyeni, wonderful presentation. Well done. Great job.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's a privilege to be here. It's just wonderful. It's heartwarming to be here. And you always want to seize the opportunity to mix minds with educators and just get the best out of ourselves. Iron sharpening iron, I call it. Like you said, my name is John, and I'm just here to also learn from you by giving out what I have. It's a learning phase for everyone. So I'm going to start immediately. I'm going to ask us, please just type in the chat area why you love teaching. Just type in the chat area. I love teaching because, and then you type it there quickly. While you're doing that, I'm going to start putting up my slides. And also let me know once you've seen the slide. Why you love teaching. Okay, let's see if people are, I think we've got about 88 people on the platform. And I'm seeing a lot of wonderful feedbacks already. I love teaching because it impacts lives. Beautiful. I think that's the only one I'm seeing from Ali Rashida. Ali Rashida. I love teaching because I love to be a problem solver. Great job. I love teaching because it's my passion. Slide. Okay, thank you for confirming. I love teaching because it creates an avenue to learn more. That's great. I love teaching because I love to impact knowledge. Thank you. Thank you. Great. So now tell me, the next question is, how do you impact knowledge? How do you impact knowledge? Just type. While others are still typing too, how do you impact knowledge? You love doing this. You already established that. So how do you impact knowledge? Somebody said teaching is a calling for me. Oh, God bless you. I love teaching because it shapes lives. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing, you know, everybody giving me top-notch feedback. So it's obvious everybody's in the right profession. We're doing what we want to do. So this morning, we're going to be talking about classroom management, you know, creating effective learning classroom environment. It's just important. Creating an effective classroom learning environment. And our training objectives will include to develop the knowledge, skills, and professional awareness required to effectively manage themselves, students' behavior, classroom resources, learning environment, and instructional time to promote positive, well-structured classroom. Those are the objectives that we'll be working with, you know. And what I encourage students to do is this: begin to tick off once you understand any of the objectives. Once you have a grasp of the objective, just tick it off so that you know that you're moving, okay? There's nothing as good as you being able to monitor your growth. And then at the end of the lesson, these are the things that we are expecting that teachers should be able to, in conjunction with iLearn, iLead, we want teachers to be able to, one, explain the key components of effective classroom management and articulate why each is essential for successful teaching and learning. Two, demonstrate increased self-awareness by identifying personal classroom management strengths. Triggers, what are those things those children are doing that is causing you not to be able to give as much control in the class? Apply practical strategies for managing learners' behavior. What are the behaviors they are bringing? Should I tell you the truth? Even as we are speaking, they are recreating new ways to distract themselves in class. That is the truth. They are creating new ways to distract themselves in class. Okay, design simple classroom routines and procedures that promote positive behavior. Identify and plan for effective use of human and physical resources. They all come together when you're teaching. And then finally, evaluate the impact of physical and social emotional environment on learning behavior and on like that. All right, so I'm going to start. Typical of me is that I enjoy using movies to explain concepts because I know a lot of us are into movies, books, or, you know, podcasts and the rest. How many of us have watched Coach Carter? If you have watched Coach Carter, signify by typing yes in the chat area. Just type yes in the chat area. I have watched Coach Carter. It's a movie. I have watched it. Just type yes. I just need one or two confirmations and then I'll move on. Thank you, Mac. Thank you. Oh, thank you. OPS. I don't know who that is. It says Zion. Xiaomi or something. That's Asian. Afalayan, no. Izegede, no. Oluwaseun, thank you. You've watched it. Beautiful. So I've got some people that have watched it. For those of us that have not watched it, I encourage us to go and watch it. I think they just took it off Netflix recently. They just took it off Netflix. But it's something that you can also get on, okay, Coach Mute. Coach, of course, you would have watched it now. There's a coach in front of your name. So you would have watched it. All right, so let me just give us a run-through of what the movie looks like. It's about a coach that transferred to another school. And when he got to that school, what he did was that he set the ball rolling immediately. One of the things you want to get at the back of your mind before you can control any class, before you can manage any class, you must understand the class. Before you understand the class, you must come with values that help you excel each time. I'll say that again. Before you can control the class, you must understand the class. Before you can understand the class, you must come with sets of values that helps you to succeed every time. So Coach Carter was posted to another school, a different school. And when he got there, the first thing he did is set his rule and regulation. You can see in the picture that is being displayed. That is him telling them exactly what he wanted. He gave them the rules. He gave them the regulations. He gave them the time for training. He gave them the sanction for if they come in late for training. He told them that as players, they are not just players, but they must also succeed in academics. So he wasn't just talking to them about sports. He was talking to them about life and succeeding. He stepped into their personal lives. He solved one or two problems for them. So basically what he did was that he created a relationship so that he would have a good control of his class. You cannot manage what you do not have a relationship with. If you're writing things down, please write it down now. You can't manage what you do not have a relationship with. You can't manage what you do not have an understanding of. So understanding of the players was key for Coach Carter. Now, by the way, the movie Coach Carter is based on a real life story. We will dive into that later. So let me move on because I have limited time to share this wonderful nuggets with us. So how do you manage what you know nothing about? Yes, I already said that. How do you manage what you know nothing about? If I know nothing about my wife, how do I manage her? If I know nothing about my husband, how do I manage him? If I know nothing about my children, how do I manage them? The same thing affects your classroom. If I step into a classroom and I know nothing about the learners, how they learn, what they like, their trends, what they live on, what they feed on, how best they can learn, their learning stage, their learning ability, their multiple intelligences. When I do not know all this, how do I manage it? Now, let me tell you the tricky part. The tricky part is this. Every student knows how to tell when, as a teacher, you do not know anything about them. That's when they disturb. That's when they distract. Okay? So how do we manage what we know nothing about? So we'll start off from here. What is classroom management? Classroom management is creating an environment, basically, that supports learning, manages behavior, routines, space, and relationship, as well as encouraging positive student engagement. So you're looking out for engagement, you're looking at following routines, you're looking at behavior, you're looking out for what? Support, because not all the learners in your class learn at the same rate. All this put together makes up classroom management. As we move on, type in the chat area quickly. What is your own definition of classroom management? Do not copy my work, or do not copy this one that I've posted. In your own words, no wrong answer. And that's another thing I do in class. I tell the students, no wrong answer. It might not be correct based on the context, but there's no wrong answer. That way they are able to express. So I'm telling you to no wrong answers. Let me see what we are going to type. In your own words, what do you understand by classroom management? All right, I see people from Abia State. Abia, my Abia people, I greet you. How are we doing? All right, quickly, let's type in the chat area. What do we understand by classroom management? And you can't use the definitions that I've used. Thank you very much, Sunday Michael. Classroom managing means making the class orderly for the learners. Brave, great job. You've used a keyword there, orderly. Orderly. Thank you very much, Sunday Michael. Yes, can I have one more so that we can move on? I have from Obo, Festus. Classroom management is being in charge. I like that, being in charge of your class. Thank you. Is being able to stay in control. I'm getting very good keywords here. Ali Rashidat again says class control. Thank you. Class management is taking total charge of your class. I like the feedback that I'm getting. Classroom management is creating a learning atmosphere. Beautiful. It's a learning atmosphere because children know once they come into your class, they will learn. Okay? It is an approach, strategy, and skill the teacher adopts to ensure an orderly transmission of knowledge from the teacher to this is high flyer answer. High flyer. Well done, Kanu. That's great. Classroom management is sorry. All right, Ugochi Edith Oluwa. Thank you. Abia State, thank you. Classroom management, thank you. You've given me wonderful feedbacks for classroom management. Let's quickly continue. So why? Why do we need classroom management skills? Why? Have you ever asked yourself that question? So I'm just going to run through this. One, it maximizes learning time. When the classroom is under proper management, it maximizes learning time. For some of us, we've got 40 minutes for a lesson, we've got 50 minutes for a lesson. You want to make the best use of it, especially when you planned out the timing that you use for each lesson. It builds respect. It builds respect. It builds respect and trust. Another thing it does is what? It reduces disruptive behavior because you're in charge. That's what a lot of you said. Because you're in charge, disruptive behavior is reduced. 4, it supports academic and emotional growth. Students increase, they grow, they flourish in your class. It reduces risk and accidents. Yes, because you've got plans and arrangement for when they'll do things, how they'll do things, and with whose command or control they'll be doing it. It encourages engagement and builds teacher-student relationship. Now, for me, everything here is very important, but I will build more on the last one, teacher-student relationship. These children will eat from your hand when they trust you, when they see that genuinely you care about them. Now, don't forget, it's hard to care about them when you're acting like a teacher, when they are acting like students. So the best time to build relationship is outside the classroom, so that when you get into the classroom, they are eating from your palms. Are we still here? If you're still here and you're listening and you're gaining anything, please just type yes. Type yes in the chat area. So how do we manage our classrooms? How do we manage our classroom? We're going to be paying attention to 5 major areas. Managing self, that's the first thing. Managing behavior, that's the second. Managing resources, managing the environment where you're teaching, and then the last thing is managing time. Thank you, Kanu Francis. Thank you, Abiodun Jombadi. Thank you very much, Mr. Jombadi. Thank you for connecting. All right, so let's move on. So we're managing self, we're managing behavior, we're managing resources, we're managing the environment, and of course, we're managing time. How do we do this? Managing self. Remember, you need to present yourself. It's like when you want to get married, you present yourself to the person you want to get married to. If you're dirty, unkempt, if you're not kind, the person sees that and they react to that. So the first thing we want to do is let's meet you before you step into the classroom. So the question there says what? Type in the chat area 3 top personality traits that you have. Quickly. It can be 2. It doesn't have to be 3. Top personality that you have that defines you. Oh, I am, and then you can type it. I am this. I see the feedback. I see how active we are online. Thank you very much, guys. It's very, very encouraging. All right, so let's type your 2 or 3 top personality traits. Quiet and accommodating. Agbejimi, Lawrence, thank you. And caring. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Children will thrive in your room. I'm confident and friendly. Thank you. Asana, thank you. I have crowd control. Mrs. Makinde, you are the one I need for some of my classes. Mark, organized, creative, and confident. Self-control, confidence, brilliant. I'm friendly, caring, and loving. Brilliant. I am very accessible. You will not know how far that goes. Adidotun. Accessibility. Children cherish it. They want your attention. Compassionate, inquisitive. You're always asking questions. Beautiful. I am composed, confident, and approachable. On and on. Who said very playful? Mahmoud, you are my person. Very playful, okay? If you can bring a level of playfulness, a level of childishness into the room when you're teaching, the children won't connect with you because they see you as too serious, but we'll talk about that a bit more. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's move on. So let's see Coach Carter, in this case, the sample that I gave at the beginning, Coach Carter already had discipline. One of his traits was discipline. And you can tell when he came into the training, he was focused. He knew what the children wanted. He knew where he was heading to with the players. He was empathetic because there was a time he cared about one of the students that the girlfriend got pregnant. He was time conscious because he gave sanctions for people who came late to his training. It was that serious. He was supportive because he encouraged the children to read, to make their classes, make their grades. He was goal-oriented. He knew where he was heading all the children to. Now, he already had this before he stepped on the court to train. What do you have before stepping into the classroom? What is your makeup? What are your components? What makes up you? What are those things that will say, these are my values, these are my principles, these are the reasons why I try, I move, or I achieve. All those things must be there before you step into the class. If not, you get into the class and you're reactive. You're not drawing from anywhere to excel. So we must first get this covered. The second part is what? Teacher presence and voice. When you step into the class, what happens? I saw some of the comments we gave. I take charge. I stay in control. Brilliant. Because the presence of a teacher is the presence of a friendly authority. It's a friendly authority. The children know you're friendly. They know you're firm, but they also know that you're the authority. Appearance matters. How do you dress? How do you look? Is your hair combed? I have beards. I keep beards. Is your beard combed? Is it tidy? Or is it tangled? Don't forget, the children size us up the moment we step into the classroom. That's the first thing they do. They look at you, size you up. And that's why they say things like, sir, I like your shirt. Oh, I like the way you did this, because they have sized you up. Every child will do it so that they can connect with you. They give you a comment. So appearance matters. Dress properly. Dress neatly. Dress smartly. Am I saying break a bank to get to dress? No, that's not what I'm saying. But dress properly according to your income. Dress neatly, dress properly. Before you know it, some of the children will probably begin to dress the way you dress. Confident posture. Stand with your square shoulders, chin up when you're talking in class. Do not slouch. Slouching shows defeat. It shows that you've been overcome. Don't slouch. Don't drag your leg. Don't speak slowly. Speak confidently. Speak audibly. Teacher leadership mindset. When you're in class, the student must know that you lead because you dictate the pace the class goes. Remember, you're the script writer. You wrote the script for that class. You're the director. So you let everybody know when to say, cut, start again, or stop, let's start again. Teacher's presence. Mastery of the subject. Research has shown that children in the current generation and dispensation gravitate more towards teachers who know. Let's use our regular words. Person we sabi, teacher we sabi. Yes. When you know, you strike a chord with them. They gravitate towards you. They want to get from you. They actually listen when you talk because they know you're speaking from a place of knowledge. So improve in your area of subject, your subject area. What's the trend in your subject area? What is happening right now? What is the global thing happening right now that you can step into your class and say, do you guys know that this is happening? Do you guys know that this? The moment you say things like that, they are captured. Control clear voice. I just told you. Do not be monotonous. So you can't speak at a pitch all through. Learn to pitch bend. Learn to drop your voice, pick up your voice again, so that you're controlling their emotions and their mood. Non-verbal cues. You can notice that as been talking, well, I have big eyeballs. I'm sure people can see that. So you can see I open up my eyes, I use my hands, I'm connecting, I'm pointing, even though we're not there physically. It creates an engagement. Simple gestures, stop, start, little gestures like that. You must learn to do them. Call and response. Use that a lot. Especially teachers in infant school, they use that. It's a brilliant way to get children's attention. Do you understand? Yes. If you understand, give me a clap. You're getting the attention, okay? You're still in charge, okay? And then the last thing there says what? The walk. Always intentionally cover the space in the classroom. Do not tilt to one side. Do not stand in the middle all through your teaching. Walk round so that every student has a feel of you. You're going close to every student. The up and coming learner, the high achieving learner, the middle learner, you are able to reach them at one point or the other, rather than just stand on a spot. And then when you move, it creates a dynamic in the class where children are able to turn, look, and it helps you to also monitor those that are looking at you. So we talked about appearance, confident posture, movements, teacher leadership mindset, mastery of subject area, control clear voice, nonverbal cues, call and response, and then the walk. Please don't forget, beyond dressing, smell nice. The children take notes of things like this. You don't have to buy the most expensive. Your basic roll-on, your basic body spray will do the trick. Smell nice. Smell nice. Use very good fragrances and cologne that will catch their attention, because even before you speak, those things catch attention. If you're still together, tell me I understand in the chat area. All right, the second thing is self-care and regulation. Emotional awareness, okay? Recognize and understand your own feelings, okay? Know the feeling you're taking into the class. Thank you, Olajumoke. Know the feelings you're taking into the class. Even before the lesson starts, you already know the feeling, oh, I'm a bit upset now, so I need to calm down before I step into this class. No, check it, manage it. 2, stress management. Implement strategies like mindfulness, exercise, or hobbies that mitigate effects of stress. My people, we are in Nigeria, so stress is our second name. It won't be ours in Jesus' name. But hey, we understand our reality is that. So how do you manage it? Because look in this direction. Imagine a teacher that has just been stressed from coming down from a bus, coming from home that there was no light, there was no water, come down from the bus and he didn't collect his change from the conductor, and he gets to school and he wants to beat a child or even wants to teach, what do you think the outcome will be? It's going to transfer the aggression. Okay, so stress management is key. Count 1 to 10 when you're stressed. Breathe in, breathe out. There are simple exercises that you can do and they help. Professional boundaries. Set clear limits between work and professional life. Know where it starts and where it stops. Oh, teaching, learning has stopped. From this point, oh, I'm going to hang out with my friends. Oh, I'm going to be chatting with my other friends. You must have that extra life outside your teaching. That keeps refreshing. You remember they said, take care of the goose that lays the golden egg. Take care of the goose that lays the golden egg. So constantly take care of yourself. Set those boundaries. Know where work starts and stops and where your personal life starts. And then colleague support. We can't do it alone. Colleague support is very key. Areas where I know I need extra support, I'm going to ask someone. I work in a school where I work with leaders that are extremely good in math, extremely good in English, and I go to them when I need that support. And they give me that support. You can't stand alone, okay? Lean on your professional networks. Now, you could have a network online, a WhatsApp page that, support, like AfriTeach. You must belong to one. And then work-life balance, like we said earlier, make sure you're consciously creating time for rest. Please, make sure if not, you'll carry the stress, you get home stressed, you eat your dinner stressed, you do the marking that you want to mark stressed, you sleep stressed, wake up stressed, get into the bus stressed, come back to school stressed to come and meet students that will stress you further. It's a cycle. So you must deliberately create that time. All right. So now we're looking at the 4 classroom management styles, okay? And you fall into any of this, please watch out for the one you fall into, okay? So we've got 1. There are 4 quadrants, and then you've got high and low. Then at the bottom, you've got low involvement, and you've got high involvement. So everything to my right, the 2 to my right represent high involvement. The 2 to my left represent low involvement. The 2 at the bottom represent low control, and the 2 at the top represent high control from the teacher. So let's pick the first one, authoritarian. Authoritarian is what? Hostility, coercion, psychological control. A lot of us went through this with our teachers. I used to have a teacher back then in my secondary school. Once he steps into the school, your spirit leaves your body. You can't try yourself to mess up. You mess up now and you see the Jesus in him. He was authoritarian. We were scared. So learning didn't necessarily take place, but he came in with very high control. Okay? The second one, which is authoritative. Now, I'll take authoritative last because it's where we want to focus on. When I say authoritative, it means you carry enough authority, but you are firm and fair. Okay? But we'll discuss that as the last part. Permissive. Permissive is low control and low involvement. Authoritarian, which is the first one we talked about, is high control, but low involvement. Children are scared. They're not involved. They can't talk. If they raise up their hand and say, shut up, what is that the answer you're supposed to give? They put their hand down. So involvement is low. Okay? Meanwhile, permissive is what? Low control from the teacher and also low involvement. So students are uninterested, they're disengaged, and the classroom is out of control. Even if it's not you, you can write down the names of teachers that you know fall into this category so that you can also support them. The third one is indulgent. Indulgent is low control from the teacher, but high involvement from the students, meaning children do what they want. They do what they want. Teacher prioritizes relationship. So you are not firm. You prioritize relationship over being firm. Difficulty saying no. Gives freedom every time. And you can go. Sir, can I go to the toilet? You two, you can go. Sir, can I go to the... Okay, the 3 of you can go. You're already creating a chaotic environment. And then the last one there is what? Is high control and high involvement. Where you're controlling, but you're fair. You're in charge, but you're fair. You're receptive to student needs. You can listen to them. Children can be expressive in your class. You provide positive feedback. You're not reactive in class. You're proactive in class. You're a solution provider. Your classroom is a teamwork and not just you. And that is where we want to base our attention. High control and high involvement, where all this can happen. And it takes place in quadrant 2. You stay in charge of your class. You're firm, you're fair, and then you still get feedback. You still engage them. You still impact them. You still make sure they succeed and they achieve. Are we still together? I hope I'm not losing anyone. Now, the second point So we've just finished the first one, which is what? Managing self. Manage yourself, manage your time, manage your engagement with the children in class. The second one is what? Managing behavior. Managing behavior, managing the student's behavior. Knowledge of the learners. You can't teach them. You can't reach them if you don't know them. If you can't reach them, you can't teach them. You must first reach them to teach them. So there is a knowledge of the learners, a clear understanding of how each child operates in your class. Now, I know some of us will say, in a class of so many students, yes, no one know their crowd. No one know their clique. From their clique, you can identify certain things, but you must know the learners. You must know them by group. You must know them by individuals. Know their age and developmental stages. Should John still be doing this now? Should John not be able to add, multiply, and subtract? You understand? You see, you know their age and their developmental stages. Historical data. What do you know about their previous class? Their performance in the previous class? Their current performance in your class? You must have those things. So you're not speaking out of point. You're speaking based on data and facts. Know their historical data. Know their cultural and social background. What tribe? What state? What country? For those of us in it, is it called? What religion? No, affects your planning. Learning needs. What are the learning needs this child has? Right. So rather than you just saying, "Oh, John, you are restless. John, you're just restless. He doesn't listen. He doesn't pay attention. He doesn't." No. Know exactly what is wrong. We are professionals. This is 2026. Teaching is not how it used to be. Something must change. What brought you here can't take you where we are supposed to get to as educators. Please listen to me. If you're going to have a good control of your class, you must know the children. You must. It affects your planning. It affects your lesson plan. It affects the intervention you give them. It affects the support you give them. So do you know the learners in your class that are what? ADHD, or they have attention deficit disorder, ADD, or positional defiant, or any of these conditions? Do you know them? If you know them, you already know you need to plan for them. So I know John is very disturbing in class. So I plan him even into my lesson plan. Give John this task. Allow John to, I've already planned it because I can't manage my class if I don't know John. Classroom dynamics. Do you know their cliques? What are the groups they mingle with? What are the settings they work with? Are the settings positive or negative? If it is negative, because you know when John and Richard sit together, class is noisy. So why do you still leave them to sit together? You're setting yourself up. We need to move to that phase. Okay? Do you know the vulnerable ones and the ones going through challenges? Do you know the student in your class that just lost a parent? And so they are reactive in class. They are just mean. They're not talking. They're not engaging. And you're labeling them. You're saying, she doesn't talk. She doesn't. Meanwhile, this child has just been bereaved. This child just lost the dad or the mom. Or this child just experienced an abuse. We must know. And in knowing doesn't mean you know everything, my colleagues. It's not. It's just you know the basics so that your planning is effective and creates the right result even in the classroom. So knowledge of the learner is key. Connection before correction. I got this slide from a very good friend of mine. Correction before correction. You can't correct without connecting. Because what are you correcting? What right do you have to correct? You must have earned the right to correct by what? Learning their names. Don't say Ace, Ips, Ips, hey, that boy at the back. You, yeah, the tall one. Yes, no, you're disconnecting. The moment you do that, you're disconnecting because he knows you don't have a flow. Compared to when you say, John, stand up, you're calling by name. That's connection. That's a link, okay? Show authentic interest. Now, authentic interest is going to be very demanding to do in the classroom. So when they are playing football, go there. John, look at the way you just dribbled. Great job. You're good, though. You're good. Interest. Interest to a child is love. Yes, interest to a child is interpreted as love. So they begin to go out of their way to impress you. Practice active listening. What are they genuinely saying? Don't cut them off when they are talking. Don't put them down when they're trying to give suggestion. Listen to them. Recognize individual strengths. What are their strengths? Not all of them are what? Champions in the academia. Not all. For some of them, there are multiple intelligences. Their strength, where they are champions is what? In singing. Use those things in class. Deliberately call their name. Wurala, I like the way you sang the other day during assembly. It was great. Do you know what it takes to sing? You're encouraging them. They submit to you. You want to control your class. You want to be and manage your class effectively. Be a part of their life. You have to. Okay, and then create opportunity for success. Wurala, tell us, what are some of the things that you did to prepare for your singing? Because I noticed you sang very well. Do you sing in church? It's just for them to be celebrated. Your next class, that child is ready to learn because of you. So we need to connect before we correct. Teacher-student relationship, we talked about this earlier. Know their story. Talk to them. Talk to them about everything. Who are their favorite musicians? Favorite song? Why? Sing. If you can hum some of the song, hum the song. They will laugh at you. Yes, Mr. John, it's not like that. It's like this. You're creating connection. Connection confirms classroom what? Management. Because they will listen to you. Talk to them. Play with them. High fives on the corridor. You know, a little bit of 2 minutes, 5 aside. You're playing football with them. They connect with you. I have a teacher in my school. He's the head of the department for math. He goes out of his way to play football with them, with the school team. And beyond playing football with them, he now comes back to class. And those footballers, if you know well, you know the children that are into sports are the ones that naturally will distract in class. They are my children. I call them my children. But these children pay attention and they keep quiet. They listen, they contribute in class because of him. Because of the connection outside the classroom. Some of us don't have any connection with them outside the classroom, but you want them to submit to you in class. How? How is it going to work? Be authentic. Be real. Be yourself. Let them know you. Be vulnerable with them. Let them know the things you've done in the past that is wrong. I shared with my parents. For instance, let me give you one good example. When I was in my first school, I used to flog. I was the flog master, and then they would call me. I will flog, and I'm very good with flogging. I was very good. You know, flogging was done during assembly. So one day came that I flogged the child, and they came in with policeman to pick me. Yes, it's an experience. They came with a policeman to pick me up. Now, this is what happened. The dad came in because I had a relationship. I'm talking to you about relationship. Because I had a relationship with the dad and the son. The dad came in. He didn't know who had flogged the child and saw me and said, Mr. John, how are you doing? He held my hand and said, so one of your teachers flogged my child and I'm here to pick him up. That's the policeman. So I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. I followed him till we got to the principal's office. Once we got to the principal's office, the principal told him, thank you for coming. I see you've seen Mr. John. He was the one that flogged the child. He now said, Mr. John, you? And I said, okay, that's his father and son case then. He got up and he was ready to go. Based on relationship. So my flogging the child, yes, he didn't like it, but he knew it was coming from a place of my people. From that day till this moment, I thank the Lord. My testimony is that I have not flogged any other person. I have not flogged any other person, but not from fear. It's from knowledge. I've known better that it is not all about flogging. As a parent to my child, I can flog my child. But in school, it's something that needs to be managed. So tell them about yourself. Attend their presentation. When they are going to play matches, go there. Go for the match and watch them. Cheer them up. Let them see you clapping. Okay? Teach them about life. Teach them like a pro. Connect your lessons to real life situations, things that are happening. Connect them. Let them see that this guy knows. Mr. John is brilliant. He knows this thing. Connect it. It attracts them. Value them more than the lesson. So when you're teaching and a child is coughing, that child, the attention is on that child. Others will see you doing it. They know you care. Remember, they don't care what you know until they know you care. They don't care what you know until they know how much you care. We are still here. Set clear expectation. Establish class rules. We do this regularly. Thank you very much, teachers. I know we do this. Establish class expectations together. Don't let it not be from you alone. Tell them to volunteer. Let them come up with suggestions. We'll share targets too. Okay, guys, this is what I'm looking out for. Last year in this class, the students that came, they got 79%. This year, I'm moving towards 80, 85, and I need you all to achieve it. For us to achieve this, make it clear. Share the target. Clear boundaries. We've talked about that already. Use simple, age-appropriate language. Do not make lesson difficult. I've been to a classroom. One of the things I do as head is I monitor lesson. And then you have teachers using very serious English to show their proficiency. No, what you're doing is you're confusing the children. If there are keywords that they need to learn and know, yes, identify it, but be very wary of using heavy vocabulary that would confuse them. So reinforce expectation and consistency. John, thank you very much. I like the way you're paying attention. I see you're paying good attention. I see you're updating your notes as I'm talking. James, I'm looking at you. Also make sure that so as on the go, you're reinforcing expectation and consistency. You're telling them, well done. If they come to class early, appreciate it, identify it. James, John, Kola, Wura, thank you guys for coming to class early. I do appreciate it. They will come again. And this time around, others that have learned from the first time will come. Classroom management. Sanction and rewards. Don't give sanctions alone. Don't just, okay, you've done this, face the wall, you've done this, go outside, go and stand there. That's it. In short, you want to kill me? You want to kill? No. Also give rewards. When they do things right, give rewards. I give my children rewards, you know. It could be a treat at the talk show where they buy what they want. You know, you give them rewards. Let them know. See, whichever way it is, I am gaining value from this teacher. That is how you begin to control your class. Okay? Set classroom routines, entry routine. Okay? The rule for an effective teaching or a good command of the classroom is that once you come into the class, the 1 minute rule. I learned this from one of my mentors. The 1 minute rule simply states that what? Everything that you're going to learn starts from the 1 minute you step into the classroom. The children are engaged from 1 minute. Don't let it slide. Don't let it go too long. It could be a quiz. It could be a talk. It could be a picture. It could be a discussion. It could be a topic of something that happened. Guys, I watched a musical and I noticed Burna Boy's music and Wizkid's music. You've caught their attention. While you're giving them that to discuss and you're managing the class, you're setting up. It could be a quiz. It could be a task. Guys, let's start quickly with these 3 songs. Quickly, let's do this quickly. You've got 2 minutes. You see, I'm also using time. You've got 2 minutes to finish this. Positive affirmation. Positive affirmation is really good. Don't worry, George, you are trying. You're trying. You got 3 out of 5. That's a very good effort. You started from, 1, 2, but now you're doing 3 out of 5. That shows progress. Well done. I'm proud of you. Positive affirmations, they work. Transition between activities, you must manage it. Okay, guys, we're done with our individual tasks. I want you guys to now move into groups. John, Mitchell, Wuraola, Kola, Akombi, Ngozi, you guys form group A. You see, you are in control. Control the transition. Movement and exit routine. All right, we're finished with our class. Children, it's time for us to go for our next class. I think it's PE you have. So push your chairs in, clear your lockers, tidy up your lockers before you go out. Control their entry and their exit. Okay? Sitting, location, and sitting arrangement. You also control that. Remember what we said. If John and Richard sit together, there's distraction. If Wura and Ngozi sit together, they talk and gossip. So you don't make them sit together. You control the sitting arrangement to ensure that your classroom is the way you want it. How do we manage disruptive behavior? We smile. Yeah, it's very hard, I know. How do you smile when they are disturbing you? But we smile. We stay calm and consistent. We address the behavior, not the child. John, I don't like the way you're distracting the class. Distracting the class is the problem. Don't begin to say, John, come on here. It's the way you're behaving. And I don't even know why you keep coming to this. No. Not the child. Because you're breaking that child away. Remember, you still want them to come to your class and learn. So the behavior is what you focus on. I focus on the behavior. John, I don't like it when you're disruptive in class. Kola, I don't like it when you keep distracting my class. It doesn't help others to learn, and you also. Focus on the condition. Checkmate the leader of the pack. When you know John is the one that is making most of the noise and others will follow him, address John, others will follow. Okay? Stay focused on John and others will follow. Support teachers. There's a need at times for us to have support teachers in the class, especially when the class size is big. You can ask another teacher to come support you, but you must give clear instructions on what they're supposed to do. And for classes where we have special educational needs children, you must also get facilitators where it is needed. What they do is support the lesson you're giving, and they just break it down a bit further. But that doesn't mean you're detached from addressing the special educational needs child. Engage concerned student proactively. Assign tasks. We all know that John is restless. We already know. And so, John, please do me a favor. Let me get the notes, share it out to everybody. He's restless. So while he's sharing out notes, it's a constructive task he's doing because you're in control of it. And then when he's done sharing out the notes, thank you very much, John. Please sit down. I'm going to give you your task now. Please ensure that you finish the 5. If you can get the 5, I will play football with you guys this afternoon, or I will give you this. Commit him. He will do it because you're also using what he likes. Okay, so engage concerned students even in the process. Okay, celebrate positive behavior. We've talked about this already. Okay, reward carefully and meaningfully. Star charts, put pictures up, let them get up and clap for them, call their name during assemblies, but celebrate positive behavior so that others know that both in your small community, the school community, and the world at large, a good behavior, a positive behavior is celebrated. So praise them even when they do something right. Praise them for their effort. Praise them for improvement. It goes a long way. You won't believe it. It goes a long way. Okay? Make it a big deal. All right. So we're on point 3. If you're on point 3, if you're still with me, I know it's a bit fast because of the time I was given. I'm trying to keep the time. If you're still with me, please type in the chat area, right on. Just type in the chat area, right on. I am learning a lot. Type in the chat area, right on. I am learning a lot. So the next thing, so we've talked about managing self. 2, we've talked about managing what? Behavior. And then, thank you very much, Sunday Michael. And then the third thing we're talking about is managing resources. As teachers, these are the things we use on a daily. Anicho, Mercy, thank you. Onyechi, thank you. Thank you. I can see your feedback. So how do we manage resources? Because you must be able to combine all this when you are managing the classroom. You're managing yourself, you're managing your emotions, you're managing behavior, you're also managing the resources. So teacher collaboration, we talked about that. You can get another teacher, even from the planning state, while you're planning. Mr. Godfrey, how were you able to teach John when he was in your class? What were the things that you did? That's collaboration. You're getting facts from someone that has taught that child before, and you're adding it to what the repertoire of the things that you want to do. So always leverage on human resources. Speak to teachers that have taught the children before. Speak to your head. Speak to teachers from other schools. You can't do it alone. Connect with teachers from other schools. Come, I've got a boy in my class, and this is what he's doing. How do you do it in your place? How do you manage? And then they'll explain to you. Okay? Role clarity. Let everybody know what they're doing. If you're working with teachers for human resources, let them know what they're doing. Let them know when they come in and where they'll stop. Okay? Student leadership. Assign roles to students even in class. Somebody is sharing. Remember how I said Richard should share the note, John should share notes. Let it be clear. Student leadership even in classroom. Parent partnership. Whatever it is you're doing as support, let the parents know. Let the parents know. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, this is what I'm doing with John presently. I've observed this. He's a very cheerful boy. He's a very nice boy. Remember, you can't give negative feedback to parents. That's not what they want to hear about their kids. He's a very good boy, but I've noticed this, and this. Don't end up with complaint alone, but also tell them what you're doing. It assures them. It puts their mind at rest. All this that we're doing is still managing your class. You see how far you're going. Professional support. Now, you've done everything. You've given support. You've given intervention, but you notice the situation remains the same. You might want to say, through your head of school and the leader in your school, that I think the child needs to see a counselor. I think the child needs to see school leadership or even a SENCO, somebody in charge of special educational needs, Physical what? Resources. How do you manage your physical resources? Accessibility to learning materials. Get the most trendy and appropriate learning materials. It's important. Okay? Purposeful use of technology. You've got your phone. Use your phone. Record things on your phone that you play in class that the children will listen to. I know some of us will say, with the size of the class, how will all of them listen? If you let them listen to it in batches, it also helps. Get pictures. Snap things that you want to use in class. Use technology. The whole of their life is technology. Phone, laptop, gadgets, Wi-Fi. That is where they live. They are what? They are digital indigents. We are the Boropos. Our generation is the Boropos. We are the one managing to learn where they are thriving. So if you're not even teaching them and infusing those things, are you really teaching them? Why would they not distract or destruct in your class? Resource readiness and preparation. Do not come to class and say, okay, give me 2 minutes. Let me go and get the Okay, give me 1 minute. I'm coming. Don't do that. You tell them that you're not prepared. They register things like that. Remember, we said at the beginning that they size you up. Classroom organization, labeling, and storage. Everything in the classroom is well labeled. So students know where to pick what, drop what, where to get anything. They know. It doesn't distract your class. They don't need to say, I don't know where to get my pencil. You've labeled an angle in your class that says pencil. You've labeled a bucket that says erasers and sharpeners. You've labeled it. So they know how to go there quietly, get it, and come back. Classroom management. Equitable access, ensuring all learners can use resources without conflict. So you can't have 25, 30 students and you only brought 2 erasers. How is that going to work? So if it's 25, you might want to have at least 5 erasers, 5 pencils, so that each one can go into a group of 5. You see the way I did it? Each one goes into a group of 5. There's nothing like, I don't have, I didn't get. You have factored in the number of the students that you're teaching. You factored in the lesson you're about to teach and what resources they will need, so that everybody has a fair chance in using them. So basically, that's it about resources. Remember, understand the resources you're using, plan for it early enough, use it adequately, ensure that every child is able to use the resources that you're using, engage them. Some schools have interactive whiteboard, some don't have, some have whiteboard, some don't have, but you must be resourceful. You know, I remember when we went training in Abia, we were talking about being resourceful, and the teachers went outside, they got flowers, they made wonderful, beautiful creation. That's being creative. Get resources. You can't constantly say, oh, the school didn't buy for us, the school did not provide. Imagine if the people you're supposed to teach, your child was one of them. Would you say the school didn't provide? You go out of your way to ensure that the resources are available. So let's still do that to other children. Point 5, we're almost home. Stay with me. Point 5. Okay, so managing the environment where you teach. If the environment is not enticing and an atmosphere for learning, like somebody said, children won't learn. They'll come and disrupt the environment. Okay? The classroom environment. Your classroom looks like you. If you're an unkempt person, if you're a scattered person, if you're an indecent person, if you're a rough person, your classroom looks exactly that way, because you won't see it differently. You won't see that there are litters on the floor. You won't see that the chairs are not well arranged or aligned. You won't see anything like that, because it's okay. And it is not befitting teaching in a dirty or scattered environment. So for physical environment, classroom furnitures, are they safe? Because you can only teach children that are alive and safe. If they are not safe, please take them out, irrespective of what the condition is or what the situation of your school looks like. Take them out. Save that child. When children see you doing things like that, they appreciate you more. They know you care. Remember, they don't care what you know until they know how much you care. They don't care. Check. Even your own children, your own biological children. Once you begin to show them you care, that's when they respond more. So classroom furnitures, are they well arranged? Are they safe for use? If they're not, they are taken out. Intentional seating arrangement. Are you sitting them according to ability? Are you sitting them according to learning prospect? Does A and B, C work together when they sit together, or is it distraction and distractive? Be conscious of that and deliberately sit them like that. Hygiene and cleanliness. Is the classroom clean? Is it tidy? Is everything where it is supposed to be? Are the children doing what they are supposed to do? Ensure that. Visual display and learning aids. What is the spark in the classroom? What is getting them excited, even just from looking around? In our homes, we have decorations. Why do we have them? Yeah? Why do we have them? It's for a purpose. So in your classroom, visual display. All displays must not come from you. It can come from the children. You can display their work. Do you know how it feels for me to stand and watch my work being displayed? It goes a long way. You can display their works. Okay? Child protection and safeguarding. Top. This is key. Are the children safe in your class from sexual abuse, from physical abuse, from emotional abuse, from neglect? Do they know that in your class they are secured? You will ensure that they are safe. You will ensure that nobody bullies them. You will ensure that nobody picks on them. You will ensure that they have a voice. They can speak in your class. They can air their view, and you won't shut them down. You won't tell them, Isiaki, look at your head. Sit down. Is that what we are saying? Another person, no. They know you will not make them feel little. You will make them feel good. Anywhere I feel good is where I go to every time, even as adults. Check. As adults, you go to the areas where you feel good. You run away from where you don't feel appreciated. So imagine when children come to your class and they do not feel protected. Access to toilet or school clinic. How is it done? You can't ask two children to go to toilet at the same time. They're going to get there and start talking, or even do worse. One at a time. Manage it, control it, work with a routine, okay? But if a child complains about health, you must ensure that this child is taken care of, okay? Social and emotional, we talked about this already. Psychological safety, creating a space where learners feel respected and heard. We've talked about that. Positive relationship, build trust through empathy, active listening. They know you care. They know you can listen. I've had a situation where children come and they tell me, Mr. John, what I'm telling you, I can't tell any other person. I'm not telling my parents, please do not do this, please this. And they tell you very key things. It's subject to the relationship you created with them, okay? Social and emotional. Inclusivity, every child is included, either irrespective of their tribe, religion, race, background, status, every child is included. You deliberately call them in. You deliberately get them engaged. That boy that everybody says, oh, he doesn't know anything. You deliberately call him during classes to get him into the lesson. Emotional literacy, teach the learners to recognize and manage their emotions. Remember, as teachers in the 21st century, we're not just teaching A for apple, B for ball, C for cat. No, we're teaching life. We're teaching emotional literacy, financial literacy, and so much more that gets these children engaged. Have you not wondered why children are more interested with jobs, occupation, professions that earn money fast than professions that we used to run after? Okay? Have you not thought about that? And then you have high expectations with support. Always make sure you have high expectation of them. You can do it. John, you can do it. I know it's challenging now, but I will support you. You can achieve this. You can get at least a C. I know you can. You know he's struggling, but you're building him up. High expectation with support. And then model respect. Even in your class, with other teachers, with your colleagues, you must show them respect so that they also present the same thing in class. We've talked about all this already. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Respect diverse background, fairness to all learners, quality first teaching. Make sure your lesson is quality from the get-go. That way you have very little intervention or after lesson or wave 2 to do. But if there's a need for a wave 2 and you've observed it, you will have to still bring that to the bear. Support for all SEND and EAL students, meaning all special educational needs students, you must show support. You must understand their IEP, individual educational plan, and effect it during classes so that they can achieve. Or English as an additional language, students in your class that all their life they've been in Ogbomosho, this child doesn't speak English. You must respect that that child is in your class. And at times, you might even want to say those things in Yoruba to interpret it. That is you giving support. Okay? Engage the distractors. Like we said already, engage Richard, engage John. You know they're going to disturb your class anyway. And the final point is manage your time. Manage your time. Instructional efficiency and flow. Your lesson should flow seamless. And it starts from your planning. Your planning must have time allocated to every activity you're going to carry out. And then clear lesson structure, which is what I just explained. Your lesson structure must show that from this time to this time, I'll be doing this. From this time to this time, stick to it. Stick to it. But allocate more time for children activity, children engagement, what we call classwork. More time for that. That gives you more room to create support for individual students. Arrival and exit, you must get to class on time. Remember the 1 minute rule. We must start teaching, engage the children from the first minute. And then efficient transition, we've talked about that, from one objective to another objective must be seamless. Time on task, you must let them know, children, you're going to be doing these 5 tasks. I'm going to give you 7 minutes to do it. 7 minutes. Those that are super, super fast, I know you'll probably be able to do it in 5 minutes. You're prompting them, you're getting them ready for it, but you're giving the clear instruction. Remember, it's classroom management. You are in charge. And then prioritization. Prioritize what is most important. If you're teaching and they don't understand the concept, teach again. Go back to it, but manage the time. Okay? Manage the time. I know some of us will say, that I have to now teach another lesson the next week. Yes, but why are you teaching another lesson when they've not understood the first one you taught? You see, the trick is not in the teaching, it's in making them learn. That's why we are teachers. That's why we're educators. We make children learn. In the past, it was teachers because we teach, but now it is because we have the ability to make children learn. We have deployed different strategies to make students learn. Use of routines. You must have routines. Flexibility. You must be flexible. You're teaching. You can't say, no, don't waste my time. I have this thing to finish. You are disturbing. No. What's your question? Give them the room to talk. Give them the room to talk. Give them a timing for when they are going to talk so that they don't talk out of point. They appreciate your children. Okay, I see somebody asking a question about 80 students. 80 students already, what's coming to my mind is that I'm not going to teach them all boom like that because you miss out on people. But imagine if I put them into groups of 10. Groups of 10 will give me 8 groups to take care of. That's all. And I'm able to now go to those groups. Okay, so group work would work for a large class, a very large class, which I know a lot of us have. And I'm able to touch on them, 80, 90. The way to quickly reduce it is by moving them into groups. Now, for your groups, you already have students that you know are quite good in those subjects. They begin to add those groups. So what you're saying that they already know, they're already cascading, and they engage the children. Okay? Remember what I said. The essence of you teaching is to make children learn. It's not just to pass across information. No, you want them to learn. Children learn faster from themselves than from adults. So good use of what? Group work or group tasks. Okay. Good use of what? Outdoor learning. Because of your number, outdoor learning. Let's say the room won't take everybody. We go outside. They explore. Their brain is open because of the environment they are in. Okay. Because I do understand the factor of the size of the class. How do I get this across? You can. So break them into smaller groups. Think, pair, share. I see somebody posting that. Use AFL. Okay, how many of you understand the question I just asked? If you don't understand, show me a side thumb, and they do that. You all understand this thing. You remember that when they all do this, some people might still be lying. Very good. So you task them again. You give them a task, and you ask those people that you're targeting. Remember, there are 80, but I have the people that I'm targeting. I already have the people that I know. Remember, knowledge of the learners. So I know the people that I'm targeting that might not understand. Felix, at the back, explain the concept I just explained. If he can't, use a student that also raised up their hand that I understand to explain it. If they can, it means some people actually understand, and you know those that do not. Now, look at the beautiful thing. It is a student explaining to a student. All you do is to what? Facilitate it. Okay? So that's one of the ways. Okay, so this is just a scenario. I'm done with the class. The scenario, a literacy lesson is disrupted by continuous side talk and movement. It is Richard again and his group, and they are clearly not learning while distracting others. What will be your response? What will be your response? Please type in the chat area how you will manage it based on what we've learned so far. Managing self, managing your own emotion, managing behavior, managing resources, managing time, based on your own learning that we've had today. How would you manage this scenario? Please let's type in the chat area quickly as we wrap up in 5 minutes. Let's type in the chat area. And thank you very much. It's been an active classroom. I don't know. This is one of those classrooms where everybody is engaged. There are questions flying in left, right, and center. People want clarity over certain things. So I like it. Someone said, I'll call Richard to repeat what I just said. Thank you. Thank you, Adedemi. But when you call him to repeat it, you already know he's not going to get the answer. You already know. You have to engage Richard and his group. Okay, good. But it's already disrupting the class. Remember what we said, to connect with them. Deal with the situation, not the child. I know everybody is picking on Richard. Can Richard is if you Richard Mille, what is it? What is Richard doing that you don't like? That's what we need to focus on. Someone said, I'll give Richard a task. Thank you. That keeps him engaged. I like that. Someone said, Nwakaudu said, I'll engage Richard and his groups. Interesting. Single out Richard and his groups and negotiate with... It's looking like a terrorist situation right now. Negotiate with them. But listen, 21st century teaching, negotiation is one of the things that we use. But it must be controlled by you. If not, they win you over. Someone said, I'll give them a task. Oh, I like this. Oluwa Damilola. I will split them I will split them up into different groups. Very good. That's a very good solution. Immediately you've noticed it, move them around. You know, when they get to their other position too, they're going to start talking. Thank you, teachers. I'm loving the feedback. I'm loving the feedback. I will move Richard out of his position to another place completely, even out of the class, out of the school. You should go and sit by the gate. Call Richard and talk to him. Now, this is more of a pastoral approach on the effect of his action. Thank you. Thank you. Everything we've all said, they are brilliant. They are beautiful. You guys are learning. I appreciate that. All right, let's look at the second scenario and then we are done. I believe we're done with it by the second. Second scenario, a student refuses to follow instruction. Joy insists on not changing location despite your effort to ensure intentional sitting arrangement. She actually said she doesn't care what you do. So type in your type. This one is more confrontational. Richard, my boy, did not say anything. Joy is telling you, I don't care what you do. If I will not even leave this place. Good. Joy said that. What will you do in this situation? Let's type in the chat area. And your feedback will be the last thing we'll do as we go through the summary. Let's type in the chat area. I'll be reading out your feedback. This time is Joy, and she's quite confrontational. Remember, don't forget that there are moments where you need to do what? Escalate situation, behavior. Remember, if it's getting out of your comfort zone or your control, you must escalate. There's a need for you to get the head teacher. There's a need to call someone. If it's becoming getting out of hand. Okay, let the noise be on the topic. Okay, I'll give them, okay, this is still people giving feedback on the first one. I will walk her out of my class. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll walk her out of my class. Okay, I see that feedback. Let's keep coming. We'll sign the behavioral contract, change their sitting arrangement, continue with teaching, and sort her out later. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. I like that. Involve the management. Thank you very much, Miriam. Thank you very much for that. Report her to an IELTS. Thank you very much, Cheesy. Oluwa Folakemi, thank you for that. I will create an avenue for us to have a mini discussion. I'm liking the pastoral aspect. I'm liking the pastoral approach to it. You see, and it's coming from us thinking through what we've discussed. Thank you. I will invite her to my office to know our problems because some of them are big problems. Thank you. Thank you. That's you thinking beyond what the child is bringing to the class. What could be going on? Because if you are reactive and you shut up, do you know who I am? Do you know my age? That's you being reactive. Are you right to be angry? Yes. But are you in the right stand to manage your emotion at that time? Yes. Because once you're reactive, we can't control our response. Because we react based on the stimulus. But once we're in charge, we control our response. The feedback is better. I see. Oh, wonderful. Stay calm. Do not argue. Thank you very much. All what you have said, put together, plus reporting to the head, they all make a very good. Now, summary of best practices for teachers. If you're teaching nursery, EYFS, nursery school, stick to routines. They enjoy visuals. It helps calm them down. Videos, pictures, praise and rewards. Well done, Jennifer. You need to see infant school teachers. They go all out to ensure this happens. For primary school, consistency, engagement, respect and dialogue. For senior primary, respect and dialogue. They pass that stage of you just loading information on them. Respect and dialogue. Nancy, what you just did, do you think it's going to hurt my feelings or not? They know they can relate. And for secondary school, respect, dialogue, accountability. Accountability. You know one beautiful thing I do when I talk to them? I tell them, what do you think? What do you think the sanction should be for what you've done? I don't say punishment. Try not to say punishment. Sanction. So that in real life, there are actions and consequences. So let them know sanctions. And then by themselves, they will say it. So for secondary school, is respect. Respect them. Respect where they're coming from, their stand. Dialogue, accountability, praise, and reward. And this is just the final thing. Please type in the chat area 3 areas that jumped at you, 3 things that jumped at you that connected with you, 2 things that you will start practicing, and 1 mindset you will change about classroom management. As you're typing that, my name is John Ofeswa, and it's been a pleasure relating, discussing, and learning from you. Thank you very much. Okay. Nkiruka, I see what you're typing.
Thank you.
Go on, please go on, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mr. John. It's been a very, very journey of serious learning, I'm telling you. Even though I am an adult facilitator, I have picked a lot of things from all that we talk about here. And of course, they have so many things in common at some point. So thank you very much, Mr. John Ofeswa, for this one session. And I believe we got value. Please, what do you want to say to Mr. John now? Okay, I can see wow, wow, wow. Yes, yes, let's give it to him. Let's give it to him. He deserves it, please. Let's give it to him. Mr. John has done so wonderfully. Yes, that's a brilliant presentation. I can see that. That's a brilliant presentation.
Thank you
yes,
very much.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank
knowledge of my students is okay. Effective communication, collaboration with other teachers for feedback. Thank you, Mr. John. Great job, Mr. John. Please, let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Fantastic. Let's keep it coming. Fantastic. Now, I had asked that we all should be typing our questions in the chat box. For let me just give room to one or two persons who wants to unmute and ask their questions. Perhaps you are not able to type where you are and you would love to ask. Just raise your hand, use the reaction, raise your hand, and we'll call on you. Our technical person will unmute you and you'll be able to ask your question in person. So if you really want to ask, Hilda, Jaje, I just want to take two because of our time. Hilda will be number one. Please, can we unmute Hilda and let Hilda ask a question, please? Just one more after Hilda. All right, Hilda,
Hello.
you've been unmuted.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm from Benin City. I'm actually a school admin. Something happened recently in my school, and I was like, you mean this can happen in my school? What really happened was this. A 9-year-old child, though the child used to be a student, a pupil rather, left after a year or two and returned. So the child returned this term. And the teacher walked into the class and said, who can remind me of our last topic? Where did we stop? And the child raised up his hand and said, Uncle, your head. And I was like, I don't understand. The teacher is asking, what was our last topic? And the student is saying, your head.
I think the question has asked itself, Mr. John.
maybe the teacher's haircut was very attractive. Don't mind me, I'm just joking. The first thing is this: when we enroll students into our school, let's also have those mini tests that are not academia to have a feel of what traits and habits they have. Remember, we can't teach people we can't reach. That child that came back had not been reached. We don't know anything about them. So what we're seeing is an outbreak of, oh, these are the information we need to now gain about this child and manage him. Now, that being said, immediately that happened, the child should be put under control. No, that was a wrong answer. Because, wait, why would the child, I don't know the class. What was the class? What class was this child? Because those are factors we need to consider. What
Hilda,
class was this child?
Can you answer that, Hilda?
What was the child's age? What was his age?
His age was 9.
So the child is 9?
Yes.
And what class?
Hilda, do you want to answer that, please? Kindly unmute Hilda. I think she's trying to speak.
Okay.
Can we please unmute Hilda? Hilda, I think you're muted. You may freely speak.
Okay, let me go on. So why I'm saying this is this. There must be a correlation between the age expectation, the class expectation, and children's feedback. You see what he said? If it happened in infant school, which is not even expected that much, but in infant school, if a child says, "Oh, uncle, it's your head," we can still relate it. But when the child in primary school is saying your head, there's something wrong. There's something wrong automatically, and you need to take note of it. So you see, we're taking note of what the concern is before noticing, oh, this child was insulted. No, we're taking note of what the problem is. Then we now begin to work from there. So first off, you want to tell the child right there and there, no, we do not talk like that in this school, and involve the other students. Students, do we? You would have your echo, call and response. No, we don't. That doesn't mean he won't try it again. If he tries it again, then a sanction is given. You must give a sanction so that others learn from that experience. I hope I've been able to be of assistance.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
Thank
you.
All
right. So that was a good one. All right. Let me just allow Kanu Francis, quickly, just in 30 seconds, so that we can round up and close for today. Kanu Francis, kindly unmute Kanu Francis. That will be the last question we're taking this morning. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Kanu.
I'm Kanu Francis from Abia State. Please, I want to ask this question. You know, the emphasis on classroom is all about the students learning. The emphasis on teaching, the students learning. But then here, we also discover that we have challenge with time. Time has always been a constraint because there are some topics that you want to teach. You need the students to understand, but you have a limited time. Though I have tried to devise a means of handling that. Like this term, because I couldn't meet up with the scheme of work as a result of time, I want the students to learn, and I also want to cover my scheme. I had to book an appointment with my students for an extra lesson, so they stay back after school where I try to teach them. But in a situation where a teacher is faced with this type of challenge and does not want to organize an extra lesson, and you know fully well that the school will frown at the teacher not covering his or her scheme of work, and the school will also frown at the teacher not transferring this knowledge appropriately to the students. What happens? How do we manage this?
Thank you very much, Francis. That's my people from Abia. You know, the first thing that, like we always say, the first thing is this: you must respect where your systems, processes, policies come from. Okay, there are certain things that can't change until those change. So if it has not changed, you now need to work within the limits of the time you have. Now, that being said, if I've got 40 minutes to teach, my lesson planning, remember I said something about for each activity you're going to do, you put a time to it. Okay? If you put a time to it, I'm going to teach this objective 1, so time. I'm going to assess them, so duration. I'm going to teach objective 2, so time. Now, in teaching, it's not necessarily teaching. Remember, teachers, when you are in the classroom, you are facilitators. You facilitate learning, meaning you simplify it. You break it down. You make it interesting enough such that you're doing something called talk less teaching. You're teaching, but you're talking less, all by asking the right question and prompting them. I'll give you a good example. If I get into the class and I'm saying, this is just general for those of us, Arsenal versus Man City, the next match, who is going to win? That is the topic I want to teach. But you see, it is a topic that is connected to them already. They already know about this. They might not know the outcome, but they already know about it. So when you come into the class and you have a topic, extract the part that connects to them already and use that as a springboard. It gives you the feedback from them, and then you are talking less. You just guide them according to your plan. What you're saying is peculiar to a lot of schools. You know, I don't have the time, it's insufficient. And I want to applaud you. You said you went out of your way to create extra time. That's a teacher that wants to impact. You see, it's easy to us to say, I want to impact children. But you went the extra mile to do that. I applaud you. Thank you. But work within the confines of the time you've been given. That's one. Give the feedback to your management. Abia State is doing so much wonderful things right now in terms of education. So I know you're getting there. Everybody's getting there. The changes, and Afritech and the rest of them, they are connected to this. When the full-blown activity starts, what you're asking for will become easy because everybody understands that understanding the concept is more important than delivering the curriculum. Making students learn is more important than delivering the curriculum. That used to be in the past. I've gone into the class and I've taught and I've left. If children learn, if they don't learn, I don't care. But now, where we're going to, even in particular in Abia, is that children gain the interesting, important lessons they need to get from a topic before I move to the next topic. And I know it will get there, but in the meantime, keep working with the framework that you have, the timing that you have, and plan accordingly for that. I hope I've been able to give some form of support.
All right. So thank you very much, Mr. John Ofosua. We do appreciate all the responses, the time you have dedicated in preparing this and also making us aware. Right, I believe everyone has gotten value this morning. Unfortunately, we will not be able to take any more questions right now. But I hope there will be, I didn't discuss this with Mr. John, but if Mr. John, if it is permitted, perhaps Mr. John could share maybe social media link to us. Maybe we can ask him further questions from there, or his email. He wants you to reach him directly. But for the sake of time this morning, we'll not be able to take any more questions. So I'm so sorry. Uguchi, Ilua, Abiodun, John Buddy, we are so sorry we'll not be able to take that. Besides, I will make some announcements shortly. Please stay tuned.
Sorry, it's a privilege to have Mr. John Buddy. Mr. John Buddy is a senior lecturer in the university. And for him to even connect to this, it shows how far I lead and Afritech is going with this. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you for that. I'm not sure who the person is, maybe Tim Screenball. Thank you, Mr. John. I mean, that's fantastic. That's fantastic to know. We didn't read that in your bio, but it's okay. We appreciate your humility. All right, so as we continue, there's a video on this screen that I would like you to watch and pay very good attention to. It is very, very key, as part of what we're doing here. So technical, can you please play the video? Thank you. We can play the video, please.
My name is Williams. I lead the shop from GSS, also Government School, Abuja. Now, my experience with I is really wonderful. My name is Williams. I'm one of the I lead instructor from GSS, also Government School, Abuja. Now, my experience with iLead is really wonderful because I am one of the pioneers in my school here. iLead has helped me as a teacher and as an instructor to help in organization of the students. iLead has given me an edge in terms of leadership. To manage students is not easy, but with the help of iLead, I have felt an improvement in my leadership skills. And also, iLead has aided me and widened my scope on different topics that is contained in their manual, which today I'm using it as a person, and I'm also supporting my students. On this note, I want to appreciate iLead and the organizers of this program. I say thumbs up and kudos to you. Thank you very much.
This is Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Hello, this is Grammar School. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Hello everyone, this is Level 2 Grammar School. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Hello, this is Project National College. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. This is Project National School. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Hello, this is Christ African Church Grammar School, opposite Neko Office, Oshogo. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Hello, this is Ifeoluwa Grammar School, Oshogo. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. Bariga. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. We are from Metropolis Senior College. Thank you for bringing ID to our school. My leadership journey has begun. I lead, I choose, and I do. I lead, making a difference, changing the narrative.
All right, thank you so much for playing that video. All we're trying to let our participants see this morning is that iLead is doing very, very great in all our schools. iLead is transforming lives. iLead is changing the story of our students, partaking in the program. If your school is not offering iLead currently, please, you may reach out to NextGen Foundation. We're everywhere on the social media. Of course, I'm just going to share that shortly with us. Please follow us and ask us. We'll come to your school. iLead is free of charge. We'll bring it to your school, and yeah, we transform your students as well. All right, so let's just, as we plan to round up now, let's listen to this following announcement. All right. First of all, let me say a very big thank you to everyone that made it this morning to participate in this training session, starting from the leadership of the Next Gen Leadership Foundation, Mr. Benga Samuel, and our dear partner, Mr. Madam Rita Ekpeon, the Director of Heritage, and of course, Director of Schools, also Mr. John Osua, who had also giving us this wonderful presentation this morning. And more importantly, all of you that listened, all of you that participated, all of you that asked questions, all of you that have picked one or two things that you're going to start implementing or applying immediately in your individual spheres of influence and spaces, but most especially in your schools. Thank you very much, our dear sponsors. Thank you very much, our dear teachers. We hope the next time we see you, you are doing much more better to your profession. All right. So at Wura, if we have our social media pages, I would like you to put it up now. Kindly, please, I want to request in 1 minute to pick your phone. Why is this very important? We'd like you to follow us on our social media pages so that we can have more visibility, so that more people can see what we are doing. Yes, they have dropped it in the chat box. You can see iLead.ng on Instagram, Next Gen Leadership Foundation, and all of that. You can see it in the chat box. Please kindly take out your phone. Actually, I'm not just announcing, and I want you to do it and tell me done if you have done that. I want you to pick out your phone and actually follow us right now. Follow us right now. You are using your phone. If you have it beside you, and just put done there. I promise you we will close before 11 o'clock. That is in less than 7 minutes. But I want you to help us drive this. We have over 100 people. If we have over 100 followers on our social media pages, it gives us more visibility to potential sponsors, potential funders that are able to fund this program. And that means we can reach more young leaders across our schools in Nigeria. Better, we can deliver better. You understand? So please pick out your phone now. Just help us follow iLead.ng on Instagram, Next Gen Leadership Foundation on LinkedIn, and we are also on TikTok. Yeah, that is where our students are. We are on TikTok so that they share this. 2 people or 3 people that just did that. Can you just put down in the chat box? 2 or 3 people that just did that. Just put done in the chat box so that I know you are really, really with us. If you just did that, if you just followed us, just put done in the chat box. I just want to see 2 reactions. Then it's not like I'm okay, but I can move forward. Oh, thank you, Agatha. Thank you, Miriam Muhammad. Oh, Gunson, thank you. Thank you. That's even 4. Ukpong. Olushe, oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Please, the rest of us can follow. So thank you on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on TikTok. Just find us there as I've read to us. We have about 77. Make sure you don't leave this meeting this morning until you have done that. We'll do that on Instagram after now. Thank you, Sunday Michael. I trust you. I believe you. I believe it. I believe what you just said that you're going to do it. All right, while we continue to do that, let me also quickly let us know that certificate for paid participants will be made available to us within 5 days. All the people that paid for this training. You see, if you were part of this training and you did not pay, count it a privilege. Thanks to the I Lead Leadership Foundation, some people paid for this training, and we appreciate the people that paid as well. You were the enabler. You made it possible for us to bring other people, into this privilege. Thank you, everyone. Everyone is important. So please, for those that paid, you're going to get your certificate within 5 days. But if you didn't pay, but you desire to have this certificate, you didn't pay, but you desire to have this certificate, instructions will be, the link will be posted on the chat box now. I don't know if AfriTeach can do that for you to register. I think it's just a token, register, and the certificate will be sent to you. And I think everyone should actually. So instructions for interested participants who wants to get certificate, you can fill the form and also upload your receipts immediately you pay. Yes, the instruction has been put in the chat box. You can see it, bit.ly/4s LTZGT. You can see it there right now. If you are interested in having this certificate, which I think you should have, classroom management is one of the hallmark of skill sets you should have as a 21st century teacher. So please ensure you follow the link, do the needful, and your details will be taken and certificate will be forwarded to you immediately. And lastly, I have the privilege of announcing to us that the slides for this training will be made available to all of us free of charge. Thanks to AfriTeach, thanks to Next Gen Leadership Foundation. We do appreciate this gesture. So, and I think we should appreciate them. On this final note, we'll be closing this training session for this morning. And as we do that, let me allow in the next 2 minutes that we have, I just want one person to unmute and verbally appreciate both AfriTeach and Next Gen Leadership Foundation, while the rest of us, we do that in the chat box. So can we quickly take to the chat box and drop a thank you note for AfriTeach, a thank you note to Mr. John Ofesua, a thank you note to Next Gen Leadership Foundation, who have made this training session available to us this morning. Who would like to say a vote of thanks verbally? I can see a hand up, Musa Ahmed. Do you want to say thank you? Do you want to say a vote of thanks? Please, let's unmute him. Perhaps he wants to say the vote of thanks, or anyone else who is interested in doing that. A man or a woman, or anybody that is interested in verbally saying that. I can see, yes, it's going on in the chat box, but I want someone to actually verbally say thank you to AfriTeach, thank you to Next Gen Leadership Foundation, and thank you to Mr. Professor Kanu Francis. Please, you may unmute us. Okay, Mr. Ahmed, right? Musa Ahmed, do you want to say thank you now? He's still muted. If he's speaking, he's still muted. Yes, please, let's keep it going in the chat box. Let's keep it going. Thank you. I lead Next Gen Foundation. Mr. John, it's been wonderful training. Thank you for saying that. Adedini Rachel, thank you very much. Following on Instagram, thank you. Okay, can we unmute Kanu Francis to say thank you? Yes, I think Kanu Francis, you are unmuted.
Okay, good morning once again. I am Kanu Francis Okechukwu, representing the good people of Abia State. Please, I want to use this opportunity to thank the AfriTeach, the Next Gen, And our facilitators here this morning, you did a great job. It was indeed a privilege to be here this morning. We are overgasted and flabberwhelmed by the teaching here this morning. I want to say a very big thank you. Personally, I learned a lot, which I intend to implement by next term, because this term is already up. Thank you so much. And we look forward to also coming back here some other time to learn and upgrade what we have already known as teachers. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Kanu Francis. My name is Okwe Oyeni again, and I was your moderator for this program training today. I wish all of us a very, very beautiful weekend ahead. Let's enjoy the rest of the day with our family and loved ones. We love you all from Next Gen. We love you all from AfriTeach. Bye for now.